How do we turn loss into inspiration? The 2020 pandemic has revealed something very unique to us. Our primitive mind knows something bad is happening, but we can't see it. And that breaks our sense of safety. That leads to a loss of safety. And the solution is not to tell ourselves or tell others that everything will be fine, because that would be unkind.
I have a dream, that's all I need. I'll make it happen with some work and belief.
Welcome everyone to Crosswinds Pilot. If this is the first time for you here, my name is Leifert, and I've held two very distinct careers, one as a senior executive in asset management and one as a commercial pilot. Today I work with entrepreneurs and business leaders such as yourselves, and I enjoy supporting those who have come to realize that they wish to integrate their professional and their personal lives. There's three things on this channel that I wish for you. You will identify the tools that are right for you to build a business. You will become a better leader and fulfill your potential. And you will also discover your freedom by applying those skills in your professional lives. Over the last 2 weeks, I came across two articles that made me question how we can become inspired by all the things that are going on around us right now. I'm linking those two articles in the description below, so please go down, click on the links, have a read, and by all means please also comment your thoughts on those in the comment section below. Love to interact with you. One of those articles was published in the Harvard Business Review, who, by the way, made all articles around the current illness available for free on their website. And they make a very good point that the feeling that we have can actually be described as grief. In fact, the interviewee, David Kessler, is the foremost expert on that subject, on the subject of grief. He is also the co-author of a very famous article which was titled "Finding the Meaning of Grief Through the 5 Stages of Loss." Let me summarize that briefly in the context of what we are experiencing today. There is denial, which we see very early on. This illness won't affect me. There is anger. You are making me stay at home. You are taking away all my activities. There is bargaining. So if I adhere to all the measures, if I do the whole social distancing thing for 2 weeks, everything will be fine, right? There is sadness. I don't know how all of this will end. And finally, there is acceptance. This is happening. No matter what, I have to figure out how I want to deal with it. Acceptance, as you might imagine, is where the power lies. We find control in acceptance. I can wash my hands. I can keep a safe distance. And I can learn how to work virtually. So if the power lies in acceptance, how do we release that power? The key lies in understanding what we've just lost. We lost our comfort zone. We travel to work in the morning. Over the course of the working day, we meet up in the coffee room for a couple of times. We speak to our colleagues, and after that, we are going home. It's a routine. It makes us feel safe. It is comfortable. And frankly, whether we are at home or we are at work, most of us need some sort of a routine. And yet when we accept that we lost that, we are unleashing the power. Let's be honest, some things that you are doing now, where you're working from home, work probably a lot better at home than at work. So make a note of these, because let's be also honest, we will go back to work, we will have our commute at some stage again. And then it's incredibly helpful to know what part of your job you might be able to do better at home than at work, and it might change for the better the way you work in the future. We lost our feeling that we are irreplaceable. Many of us are stuck at home. And guess what? We look outside and we still see that life goes on. That can be incredibly frustrating. That can mean an incredible loss of security. We eat, we sleep, we exercise, and suddenly it dawns on us that our work is maybe, just maybe, a little bit less meaningful than we thought. And we grieve. Let me be clear, I don't think for a minute that that is actually true. But for many of us it can seem true. Accepting that feeling can again unleash our power. We're now free to recognize what the true purpose of our job is, whom we help, whose lives we make better, why we are doing what we are doing. And armed with that knowledge, don't you think that the motivation in your job, whatever it is, will resurface and will make it more enjoyable going forward? And number 3, we lost our security. What seemed to be safe no longer is safe. And as a result, you may struggle even financially. It makes us question our choices in life. Maybe how we invested, maybe how we planned for our pension, or even how we live our lives. When we accept some of this new reality, we can draw power from that knowledge. We can identify what hurts us most. Maybe today you think of one of the loans being not as essential as they used to be. Maybe you also identify that you are heavily relying on a single source of income and one single employer. And have you noticed that the essential shopping that you do today is probably very different from what you considered essential shopping before? You are now in a position to actually make a plan. What do you consider essential in the future? What type of loans do you in the future want to subscribe to? How do you like to invest going forward? And is it maybe possible that you increase your streams of income and maybe do something else besides your regular day-to-day job as well? Again, I'm not suggesting that you should do all these things. What I'm suggesting is that the realization of where you are in life actually helps you to make that plan today. None of these examples are a quick fix. Some of them may actually even be really hard work. And they don't necessarily relieve us of this feeling of grief that you might have at this point in life. But they do one thing. They focus our minds on something productive, something that we feel good about, something where we feel it will make a difference. Because it does. So let us continue to support each other. Comment below what your personal takeaway of this video is. Also, when you benefit from this type of content, then I appreciate when you subscribe to my channel. We will continue to make content that will allow you to benefit from those examples and to apply them in your professional and in your private life. In the meantime, please stay safe. I will see you very soon.